Hello, good morning. Good morning from Pico Island in the Azores, Portugal. Probably never heard of it. I'll talk a little bit more about it in just a minute. We're actually just walking through one of the little villages here on the island. Look, no sidewalks. Look, Ma, no sidewalks. There are some sidewalks on the island, but not in this area. Let's go for a walk. We're going to walk down to the main road. It's actually just some clouds just came in, and it's overcast now and drizzling a little bit. So obviously this isn't Disney, but I thought it'd be kind of cool to show you a different place overseas where we're visiting for the next couple of weeks, and before we head back home and get back to start streaming Disney again. I was thinking about kicking off the stream by saying welcome to Disneyland Portugal, but maybe I should have started off like that. That would have been funny. But no, we're on Pico Island in the Azores. Azores is an archipelago of 9 islands belonging to Portugal, and it is in the middle of the Atlantic Ocean. And I'm willing to bet that most of you have never even heard of it. So here's the church here, the local church. So we're going to walk up over here to get off the street. And I'm willing to bet most of you have never heard of it. But this is actually where my family's from. My wife's family is actually from this island. My family's from a different island here in the Azores. And so I thought it'd be kind of cool to show you some of this, of the island and how different it is from the U.S. And it's really just a short flight from Boston or New York. It's pretty easy to get here, actually. And so I thought it'd be, but most people have never heard of it. It's not a super touristy destination, although there is a lot of tourism starting to come here as people seek out new different places to go to. It's overcast right now, but this morning and the last couple of days have been absolutely beautiful and clear. You see traffic. There's a fun, cool little windmill right there. Hey, Linsky. Hi, how are you? Good to see you. Go for a little bit of a walk. I'm not sure how far we can go. This is the local hall here where they have like different feasts and dinners and things like that. And they have like a little concert stage here. This is like the Hyperion Theater in Disney Springs. Concerts over here. I heard that the Plain White Tees are going to be performing here next week. So I'm just kidding about that. All right, we're going to cross right here. Though I just jaywalked, but that's okay. So normally on a clear day, like it was this morning, actually, we could look up and you could see the tippity top of the mountain right behind the clouds here, but it's overcast right now. It just started raining just a little while ago, actually, right before I was about to go on. So that's unfortunate. And so we're here, a visiting family, but also because a family member is being named the head of the local Holy Spirit Society, which is a big deal here. Very religious people here. Indeed, Oscar. This is no San Andres for sure. And so we're here for that, and of course, to hang out and visit family. I'm not going to go for a walk too much, but I'll probably just circle. I'll circle the area. I'll show you the little cafe where we go to in this area, and then I think later on I'm going to go down to the main village, and I'll stream down there where there's a little bit more activity. It's over by the water. You can see the boats and everything, and we can see the other island across the way. So I'm going to try to go for a walk this way here and do a loop around. Nope. Definitely not. We're not in the tropics anymore. We're not in the tropics anymore, Dorothy. But I love all these walls here. There's just thousands and thousands of miles of walls separated by lava rock. And this is all made by hand, and these have been here for hundreds of years, built by hand. And you can see some of the plots of land are divided into multiple little areas. And so what happens a lot of times is, one person will own this whole plot, and then they'll have children, and they'll want to divide the lots up by the children. And so that's what they do. They just start chopping them all up. So one person will own like one little square here. Another person will own that one. Or they'll hand it down to the kids. Hey, Lisa B, hi, how are you? Show us the beach. I will show you the beach. Actually, the beach is, we can actually walk there from here. It's that way and to the left. I was going to walk you up through the little town here. But we can, if we stand for a little bit longer, we can walk over there if you like. So, but you see like all the little plats of land here. And like I said, they divide it up by the kids, and so every little piece is owned. Now, of course, there are plots of land that are much larger than these, right? Like, you know, people build their homes on and things like that. But for growing like little vineyards and different crops here, they do this. They, you know, can break them up like that. So it's kind of interesting. Cars zipping by here. They do drive on the right side of the road, just like in the U.S. So this is a part of Europe. Like I said, it belongs to Portugal. They do have their own government here, but it is operated and run under the flag of Portugal. Then you can look it up online. At it's 9 o'clock in the morning there, but you know, it's 1 o'clock in the afternoon here. We're about 4 hours ahead. So we're about this is about 2/3 of the way across the Atlantic towards Europe. Where we are. So it's about a 4.5 hour flight from Boston. So here's a pharmacy here. And all the pharmacies have this green cross right there, like that. Good morning, Daniel. So here's some older houses. You can see some of the houses have been kept up and others are older. I'll even show you, like, there's a couple of really old lava rock built homes up the way here that I'll show you, but you can see the sign here, Farmácia. What's it called? So the name of the island is Pico. In Portuguese, it's pronounced Pico, right? But in English, we would call it Pico. Pico Island, so P-I-C-O. If you want to look it up online, just to kind of see where I am, look up Pico Island, Azores, A-Z-O-R-E-S. It's part of Portugal. You can kind of see where I am. And we're walking around. The name of this little village here that I'm walking in now is called Monte, or in English it would be Monte, M-O-N-T-E. So those of you who know my sister-in-law's dog, name is Monty, this is actually where he's named after, is this town right here. So this is where my wife's family is from. My family is from a different island here in the Azores, but Vera's family is from here. Is this where your family is? So yeah, like I said, Vera's family's from here, and her parents are actually here with us visiting, but they're from here. Their cousins are here. They're like my mother-in-law's brother lives here, and everybody lives here. My parents are from a different island, and we're actually going to go see my father probably next week. Take about a 15-minute flight over there to go see where he is. And this is great for inclining. Actually, I might do a step stream this weekend here. So you see all the houses, how everything's different here. So yeah, like I was saying, you could see the top of the mountain. This is a volcanic island, by the way. Here's a friendly dogs coming to say hi to the Americans. Oh geez, there's chickens over there. Keep moving. No chickens, please. So this is actually an active volcano. This island is. All the islands here are. So there's a neighboring island, which maybe you kind of can see the outline. If it was a clear right now, you could see it. Anyway, that was the most recent volcanic eruption, was in the neighboring island called Faial, F-A-I-A-L. And that was in the 50s. So interestingly enough, much of the Portuguese population that's now in the Northeast, like Rhode Island and Massachusetts, New Jersey, most of them relocated there as a result of this volcano. So at the time, Senator to bring the Portuguese people here from these islands to the U.S. to settle there to escape the erupting volcano. And so that's why it's one of the reasons why there's so many Portuguese people in the Northeast, is because of that, because John Kennedy, obviously before he was president. And we're at the airport. Oh, Mary's at the airport. Jason Thibodeau, good morning. Good to see you. Mary, are you on your way to Orlando? That'd be amazing. Talking rubbish in the middle of the ocean. That's right. We are talking rubbish. Tell a little bit about history. So they have to board. All right, Mary, have fun. Hope to see you when we get back. And it just erupted into oh yeah, I saw that, Lisa. So the island that we're on right now is actually the biggest volcano. And I don't know when last time this thing's erupted. Got to be thousands, tens of thousands of years. But it is an active volcano. You can actually walk. They have guided tours up to the top to walk to go see it. Oh, here's like a little monastery, they call it. And the door's open right now. Someone might be working in here. So their patron saint here is Saint Anthony. Santo Antonio. This is Santo Antonio. Oh no, I'm sorry, this is San Francisco. Saint Francisco. Pico. So here's like a little cafe. There's all the men that are in there after they're working in the farm in the morning. They come here, get their cafe, get their coffee. So there's a cafe here. And then here's just a tiny little market with just the main stuff you might need, like bread in the morning, cheese, milk, things like that. And this is where we usually come up for coffee. Bom dia. And bom dia. There's a little coffee. Those guys are in there, so we're going to leave them at their piece. St. Anthony's your favorite? There you go, Lisa. And so now we're going to walk back down. Oh, as I was saying, I got to use this as a steps video with all the inclines here. There are a lot of hills here. Bom dia, that's right. Bom dia. There's a lot of homes here. Again, no sidewalks in this little village. When you go into the main city, there's just a lot of sidewalks there. Which I'll probably do that. I'll probably do that today or maybe later on. You got to be careful where you walk. All right, you guys, we can try to go walk to the water if you'd like. I have time, so we can go. How often do you guys go back to Portugal? I need to look for there. Daniel, what you need is the Portuguese rolls. They're amazing. How often do you go back to Portugal? I think the last time was about 7 years ago. I think it was maybe it was 8 years ago, 2017, maybe, something like that. We like to come more often, but, things got to work out right, or you have other plans and you can't do everything. You know what I mean? It's one of those situations. And this year worked out, so we were able to come here. Surf from, hey Jason, Azores is very nice. Never been. My dad went there a lot in the Navy. Yeah, that's right, actually. So that's a good point, Surf Bum. The island, actually, where my parents are from is an American military base there. And it's actually, the airport there is an emergency landing for space shuttles and the like. And there are many Americans that live there. A lot of Americans live there. So that island is about 20-minute flight from here, 18-minute flight, something like that. Olha, bom dia. There's Vera now. The kids are still home. There's pretty much. Pretty much. You parked the car in the back? Oh, okay. I might go walk down to the piscine. Although it's kind of drizzling right now, but that's okay. I'm sick of this provincial life. Portuguese sweetbread. Oh yeah, Portuguese sweetbread. Yeah, we had that already. Jason, do you have any Portuguese heritage? Yeah, absolutely. My parents were immigrated from Portugal, from right here in the Azores. And I was born in Rhode Island in 75. So my parents immigrated in 1971 from the Azores. And my wife's parents did as well. That was actually my wife's mom on the left over there. If you want to scroll back, you can see my wife's mom. So many Portuguese. There's a big Portuguese contingency in Cape Cod. Lynn, I'll tell her you said hi. Yes, Navy had P3 and P8 sub hunters. Yeah, absolutely. I mean, strategically, You know, the Azores for the U.S. is, I mean, terrific. Terrific location. Hang on. Whoops. Okay. So anyway, a funny story about that. Where's the castle with the beast? We're gonna go to that next. No, it reminds me of Belle's Village. Yeah, well, you know, it's that's a little village in France, and you know, it's all European. So here's a perfect example of a home. Actually, I think there's one that's like all destroyed. But here's a perfect example of an older home that was built with all lava rock. You can see where they filled the gaps in with cement not that long ago. But you know, these homes here, hundreds of years old. I think there's one over here that's actually like all broken, and you can kind of see how it's falling apart. But a lot of these homes, you know, sometimes they'll restore the homes. And again, guys, this is all lava rock here. Again, you can see like this wall here. It's all built from lava rock. This says, beware of the dog. So this is all lava rock, and that's what everything is here. That's the natural resource that they have. Let me go around here. We just came over here. I should. Oh, here's an example. This was probably a home. You can see all the lava rock used in this home, and then it's all destroyed here. And eventually, hopefully, someday somebody will rebuild this one. There's a windmill there in the background over there. That there's a home around the corner here that we can show. Yeah, here's another one here. Let's go take a look over here. Used to go to Lancers and Madeira's wines duty free. There you go. Oh, to get Lancers. Oh yeah. When I was a kid, Lancers was a very popular like rosé wine, and they do still sell it. All right, so here's an example. So a lot of these homes, we do get earthquakes here because these are the islands are on a fault, which is why there's so much lava, because we're on a fault. And so we get a lot of earthquakes here. But here's an example of a home that was under construction. Earthquake came, destroyed it. Here's another old home. I mean, the structure's got to be, you know, a couple hundred years old probably, if that's not more. Yes, Vera's parents live in Rhode Island. They immigrated to the U.S. in the late 70s. So they still live in Rhode Island, but they're here with us now, visiting. It's actually Vera's uncle, Vera's dad's brother, who's being ordained as the new head of the Holy Spirit Society here. So you can see the house like all destroyed there. And so hopefully eventually someday someone will rebuild this. But this happens a lot here. All right, let's go find our way back to the main road. And I can show you the swimming area. Canada de Baixo, the lower like road, I guess. Yes, of course, yeah. So we had, it definitely is a big part. You know, we had octopus last night for dinner. The night before that, we had a fish like in the tuna family. It wasn't tuna, but it was like in the tuna family, they said. So I don't know. It was okay. Is this a dead end? Am I on a dead end right now? I might be on a dead end. I may have to go back up. We'll see. Or maybe this turns. Here's the main road right there. Just getting to it. Oh, maybe it's not. Like, look at this. Like, here's another one. Perfect example. Obviously, this house is not occupied here. See all the broken windows. I mean, it's very deteriorated here. With all the lava rock. But this is a great location. Here's a garage. This garage is actually still in use. This actually might be used to hold water in here. I think about, and we're only in one section of the island, and look at all this lava stone. It's just amazing. I am going to get my steps in today, although this isn't technically a step stream, but I might do that this weekend. Yeah, so this is an exit here. Oh, here it is. Yeah, this is the road to the swimming area. I shouldn't say swimming pool, it's a swimming area. This is the beach. I'm going to take you to the local beach. Look, it says stop. It's pronounced Stope. See if we can't cross without getting hit by a car. Yep, we're about to get hit by a car right there. So here's this is the word for the swimming area. Scene. Yeah, you're welcome, Lisa. So we go for a walk down here, and then when I come back on, it will. We're going to. When I come back on, I'm going to be probably in the main town. Yeah. How's the signal holding up, guys? Oh, just down to 1. Okay. I hope the signal's holding up okay. Looks like I still have signal. Yeah, we're doing okay. Anyway, let's go down the swimming area here. It's a little bit of a walk, but that's okay. It's just like the Magic Kingdom. Look at more cows hanging out. Is it cutting out? Okay. Is that what's going on? Looks like I still have good signal, so I'm going to keep pushing forward. It'll probably come back on. Look, there's cows here. What's up, buddy? Now, is there any hot springs there? On this island, I'm not sure. I know 100% it is on the big island of St. Michael. It's actually very famous, called Fortinish, which essentially means hot springs. Like, Fortinish is like oven. And for sure they have it there. But on this island, I'm not too sure. I never asked, and I never looked for it either. So where we're going right now is the local quote-unquote beach. And you'll see what it's like here. Again, remember, this island is basically a giant volcano. So, so the beach isn't like what you're used to seeing. It's not like a white sand beach. Although there are white sand beaches here in the Azores. And on this island, I don't think there are any on this island. But the neighboring island of Fayal, there is a white sand beach there. And the island where my parents are from has white sand beaches too. Right, hopefully, yeah, I see the signal's dropping a little bit, but it should be okay. Not cutting all good, but I don't know what that means. They can see a little bit of walking. Look at more lava rock walls. Yesterday and today was beautiful blue sky, 75 degrees, 74 degrees. And then today, it's kind of coming a little bit overcast and drizzly. So we're making our way down to the swimming area. It's actually kind of cool. There's like a little stand there where you can get a bite to eat or a beer. They love their beer and wine here. And see, like, they grow like grapes and stuff and other fruits. Like just in the lava rock, like you see, like the soil, like you know what I mean. Like, this isn't what you would think of a typical vineyard or with like dirt and soil. It's just a giant volcano, and like it's a giant volcano. You see, they find where they can and grow what they can. Again, here's like all like little plots that are all divided up. All right, let's keep walking. We're almost there. I can see the lights over there now. And peeking through the clouds, if you look straight ahead, you can start to see part of... Yeah, you want to smoke it? You can start to see the other island. Actually, there's the city. If you look at if you can see there, maybe I can zoom in for you just a little bit. You can start to see the city in the other island there, Fayal. Yeah, right there. That's the city there. So these are the two closest islands to each other, is Pico and Fayal. Well, I guess we have a little more walk to go than I thought. It's okay. Oh, this is going to be a heck of an incline going back up. I'm going to have to have Vera come pick me up. Yeah, so that's the island that erupted back in the 50s. And there's a lighthouse. Did somebody ask me about the lighthouse earlier? Yeah, because there's a lighthouse on the other side of the island that was almost completely covered all the way to the top in the volcanic ash. And over the decades, they've dug it out pretty much completely now. And it's now like a historical site, and you can go in there to a museum. You can actually walk to the top of the lighthouse. I've done that before. And I equated it to being at the doorstep of hell because it was so windy and sandy up there, and it was those sand whipping around and cold, and I was like, what the hell is this? So it's kind of crazy, but it's a cool thing to see and to do. And that's on the other island over there. We may actually go there another time. Yeah, you're very welcome. Thank you, Lynn. Thank you for being here. I do need a Vespa. They rent them here too. I should have got one. All right, who asked to come to the beach? Was that Oscar? Oscar's causing trouble. All right, we're almost there. It's right at the end of the road over here. They do rent those here. Not Vespas, but like scooters. And I saw them. I thought about renting the one, but we didn't. Here's a gate to someone's property. I don't know if you guys can tell, but it's very quiet here, very peaceful. Not a lot of hustle and bustle on this island. It's mostly farm life, things like that here. Quiet. Tourism is really picking up. A lot of Airbnbs popping up. Look, they're building a house back here. He's got the. Looks like it's down. Built right. About little is there, all with like little jacuzzis and whatnot. And there's also a building on the property where they're building a little restaurant with a swimming pool, a kid's playground. It's very nice. Whose idea was to walk down here? Was it Oscar's idea? Oscar's going to owe me a Pepper's Ghost after this one. Although I do need my steps, though. I've been eating like crazy this week. So I hope you guys are enjoying the stream. If you're just jumping in, I appreciate you, and welcome to my Fab 500, by the way, which we hit that goal last week on Friday, which is pretty amazing. And of course, my first reward for my Fab 500 is to go out of the country. Sorry about that. This is Pico de Arreo. Pico de Arreo. I don't know what that is. And you can see where it is. Daniel's back. Welcome back, Daniel. All right, now we're almost there. And it's like I said, it's about 2/3 of the way across the Atlantic from Boston to Portugal. Which is pretty wild. Oh, I was tell you a story about the Army base. So the U.S. It's the U.S.'s Army base here in the Azores, and a few years ago, maybe 5 or 6 years ago, the U.S. was thinking about like letting it go and saying, "Oh, we're going to give it back to Portugal." And then the Chinese stepped up and said, "Hey, we're interested," and they came here. Representative China came here to the islands and to inquire about taking over the base. And the U.S. said, "No, never mind. We changed our mind." So now the U.S. still has their presence here. So this is all new here. It looks like they're building this. This is all new construction they're doing right now. And this is the contractor, and this looks like this is what they're building. Edifício apoio zona balneária do Piscine. All right, so they're building a new building here. It used to be just like a little kiosk kind of thing. I don't want to walk with the working. All right, let's go walk over to the beach. This will probably be like the playground up again, so that changes a lot. So right back here in the corner used to be, right back here in the corner used to be like the little kiosk, but it looks like they're building all this new over here, which is pretty nice. Anyway, there's a parking lot over there, and this will probably be like the kids' playground here. And then here's the beach, Oscar. You were asking about the beach. Here it is. I'm going to show you right now. And it smells like the beach too. Holy cow. And here it is. This is the beach, Oscar. You were asking for the beach. Here's your beach. Yep. I suppose the water, the rock is a little more fine down here. It's a little more fine as you get down here, this area. But this is ocean water. They have some breakers here. Water at one point, they had to rebuild it. Here, people sunbathe there. Very much more extravagant with like this, but for the people who live in this village, this is what they have. And yes, people do lay out here. You need the right shoes, obviously. Barefoot here is not ideal. I'll go walk over there and show you guys the pier in just a minute. Oh, losing me. Okay. Oh, you know why? Because I connected to some Wi-Fi here. Am I? Oh, yeah, I'm up there. Alright, so here's like a little grilling area here. Hang on one second. Here's like a little grilling area. They'll probably grill fish. They'll go fishing and grill some fish over here. Ooh, it smells great. I'm trying to reconnect. Okay, try to reconnect. All right, hopefully we're back. Reconnect. All right, hopefully we're back. All right, sorry about that, guys. Completely lost me, huh? All right, Vera's gonna come back and pick me up over here in just a minute. Here's a view here. You guys can still see. Hey, Jason Thibodeau, thanks for joining in. I'll probably do another stream of the main village where there's a little bit more activity. I'm just showing you a small town here where we're staying. But over there you can see the city kind of through the clouds across the way. And I'll just quickly show you over here the dock here. Okay, you're back, but cutting in and out. Okay, I'll do the best I can. Well, the signal looks like it's pretty strong right now, so I'm going to show you guys this over here. And I thought it'd be nice if so many people even knew this existed here. So yeah, you can see. You can go climbing here. You can go swimming in the water. Didn't change the title. I just noticed that. All right, guys. All right, guys, thank you all for joining and checking out our little slice of heaven here in the middle of the Atlantic Ocean. Hope you guys enjoyed it. And I'll be back to show you some more areas. Doing Disney again, but we're on a little family vacation and visiting family here. Thanks for watching, guys.